Welcome students, welcome to the class. So today we are going to start a new chapter that is named as heat and its effects. So basically in this chapter we will get an idea of how heat affects other substances, what exactly how heat is produced, what are the effects on other substances. So let's start our chapter and get an idea. So, what exactly is heat? Earlier, scientists used to believe that heat was a kind of a fluid. That is, they believe that heat is a fluid which a body gain when it was heated, and that fluid is lost when that body is cold. So, and they name that fluid is caloric. But there were two scientists, that is Count Rumford and James Prescott, that showed with their experiments that heat is not a fluid but is a form of energy known as thermal energy, and it can be converted into other forms and vice versa. As you already know, I think you are aware with the law of conservation of energy that says energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can only be transferred from one body to another body. That is, we can transfer our mechanical energy into heat energy or heat energy into mechanical energy. So let's see how heat is produced. So imagine that on a cold day when your hands feel colder, you rub your hands just to make them warm. What exactly is happening? So when you rub your hands together, the mechanical energy gets converted to heat energy and your hands become warm. And similarly, when a fuel is burned, that is when we lit a log on a fire, what exactly happens? Chemical energy in the fuel gets converted into heat energy. Similarly, these also this conversion of heat is also used as a application in many of the scenarios or areas, like heat energy of burning petrol is converted to mechanical energy, and electric heater converts electrical energy to the heat energy. So there are basically many applications of the heat energy. So now let's move further and see what exactly happens to the substance when that substance is heated. So when a solid or a liquid or a gas is heated, what exactly happens? Their molecules gain energy and starts moving faster. The more we heat the substance, the faster its molecules move. Heat energy is therefore, we can say from the above, that the energy of movement of molecules. You can see here, I have taken one example of here, this red balls kind of thing. It represents some molecules and they are in movement and they are moving very faster as we are heating that substance. Okay, so now the effects of heat. So imagine you are boiling a water. What exactly happens? The water boils, and if you put some veggies into it, what happens? Veggies become soft. Water, first it gets warm and it increases, and after some time what you see is it overflows, right? Some of the times it overflows and you get a scolding from your mom, likewise, I know that. So what exactly happens, how heat is affecting the state of the water, let's discuss. So fill a vessel. What we do is fill a vessel up to the brim. Drop few pieces of vegetable in it, heat the vessel and observe the changes that happen. We will observe the following changes. One is the water will become warmer. First of all, when we put the vessel onto the gas stove, the water becomes warmer, its temperature will rise, thus heat causes increase in temperature. Obviously, it will get warmer and warmer and then it will become hot. As the water heats up, some of it overflows, that is, its volume increases, thus heat causes expansion. Please take note of the word called expansion. We are going to learn a lot about word expansion. Okay, so expansion is basically when its volume increases. And as the water boils, steam comes out of the water, that is, water changes state, thus heat causes change of state. After the water has boiled for a few minutes, the vegetable becomes soft and their taste changes, that is, the vegetable gets cooked. So cooking of vegetable is a chemical change, thus heat causes chemical change. If the water is examined under the powerful microscope before boiling the water and after boiling the water, what we will find that many of the bacteria that were earlier present in the water have died. Thus, heat also affects living organism. So, what are the effects of the heat? Heat causes increase in temperature, heat causes expansion, heat causes change of state, heat causes chemical change, heat affects living organism. So, now, as I told you, we are going to learn about expansion. What exactly is expansion? So when we heat a substance, the movement of its molecules increases. This increases the average distance between the molecules. Therefore, the space occupied by the molecules, that is the volume of the substance, increases. As you can see over here, all particles in a solid vibrate even when cold. So they are closely packed, they vibrate. What exactly happens? At higher temperature, they vibrate faster and take up more room, that is, they expand. But particles will remain of their size as earlier, as they are not going to change their size. Just what happens is they are going to vibrate faster and this will take more room and this will help them to expand. Okay, so what exactly is expansion is when volume increases when we heat the substance. This is known as expansion. So moving further, now we are going to discuss expansion in solids, expansion in liquids and expansion in gases, the three states of the matter. So first of all, as you can see, particles of the solid are more closely packed than in liquids and gases. As you can see in this example, in solids they are closely packed, while in liquid they are loosely packed, but as compared to gas they are way much closer, but in gas they are having a far distance from each other. So usually solids expand when heated and contract when cooled. Some solids expand very little, such that we may not notice the expansion. So every solid, that is different solids, will expand by different rate and different amount of heating. That is, brass will have some other expansion rate, aluminium will have its own expansion rate, iron will have its own expansion rate. But what exactly happens when in solids? Particles before heating, they are closely packed, they vibrate, but as soon as we provide them heat, they will start vibrating fastly, and this will create a room, and due to this there is a expansion in the solid. It can be cleared with one example, that is ring and ball example, or you can say experiment. The ring and ball experiment will show is how the solid expands, or will solid expands, or it's just a assumption. So let's predict what happens when we heat the metal ball to a high temperature, and why we need to. Let's see our answer for that. So we are having a metal ring, this is our metal ring, and a metal ball connected to it. What exactly we are going to do is, first we will try to pass the ball from the metal ring, and it will pass easily through the ring at normal temperature. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to heat the ball and then we will try to pass it. Okay, let's see, will the ball will pass or not. Before heating, the metal ball is able to go through the ring. Now let's see, will it pass after the heating? No. The ball has expanded on heating, so the metal ball is unable to go through the ring. Okay, so what exactly happens? If we cool that ball again to the normal temperature, it will pass through the ring. So what we got to know through this ring and ball experiment is that after heating, the solids expands. Okay, now let's see how and what will be the expansion in liquid. Will they expand or not? So, liquids. When a pot or a kettle is filled to the brim with water and the water will spill out when it boils. I think you already have seen all that when we boil water in the kettle, after some time when it reaches to the boiling point, the water starts boiling and after some times it will spill out. I think you all have seen that thing. What exactly happens? This is because water expands when heated. In general, most liquids expand when heated, but like solids, different liquids expand at different amount of heat or different expansion rate. So, the molecules of liquid are not so firmly bound, as I have already shown you in the last picture, where the particles of the solid are closely packed, but as compared to solid, molecules of the liquid are not so firmly bound to each other. So as you can see here, therefore on heating their vibrations increases more than the vibration of molecules of solids. What you see here, you can see when it is less heat is provided, molecules are not so expanded. When more heat is provided, it expands and their vibrations are more than the vibrations of molecules of solids. So liquids expand more than the solids on heating. Okay, you can see here as the temperature is increasing, expansion also increases. So liquids expand more than the solids on heating. Now expansion in gases. We know that particles in the gases are very loosely bound to each other. So the molecules of the gases are not bound to each other at all. They are very loosely. So they are having distance, very much distance in between them. The average distance between the molecules increases considerably. So gases expand more than liquids and solids on heating. This hot air balloon is also one of the application of this expansion of gases. So it will get cleared with this experiment. Suppose we have kept a bottle with a balloon on it. So when we started heating, we have kept that bottle into the water. So when we start heating that water, it will start expanding and the air in between the bottle will also expand due to the heating. So when that air expands, we will see that a balloon starts rising up. Air will start filling up the balloon. So this results into that gases also expands. And they expands, please take care of this thing. The gases expand more than liquids and solids on being heated. Now expansion around us. Expansion can be useful, can be harmful. It depends on the cases. So we will discuss how expansion around us is helping us, how expansion around us creating a problem. So I think you all know the automated fire alarm, and this fire alarm system uses the fact that different solids expand by different amount of heating. That is, it uses the concept of expansion in solid, and also that different solids are expanded by different amount on heating. Let's see how. The alarm contained two strips, one of iron and other of brass, firmly bolted together. The brass expands more than the iron on heating. So therefore, when this bimetallic strip gets heated because of fire, it bends on the side of iron. So this is the bimetallic strip, you can see. So one side it consists of brass, one side it consists of iron. That's why it is called bimetallic, that is made of two metals. And when these strips get heated because of fire, it bends towards the side of iron, as brass expands more than the iron on heating. Okay, so this is basically the circuit diagram of the fire alarm, that automated fire alarm. So as the strip bends, the circuit of bell is completed. So it is straight. When due to the heating it bends, it touch this knob and the whole circuit gets completed, that is T. The bell starts ringing to give the alarm. When that circuit is completed, the bell will start ringing, and as the fire is put out, the strips gets cooled and it straightens again. So this causes the circuit to break, thus switching off the alarm. So expansion can be a problem sometimes, or many of the times, you can say. You all have seen that electric cables between the poles, you can see that they are always hung very loosely. Have you ever thought why? So let me tell you one thing about those cables and wires, why they are hung very loosely. The telephone wires or electric cables raised on poles contract on in cold weather and become taut. They may even snap. Okay, but to prevent this, they are strung loosely from pole to allow for contraction. So in summer, electric cables between two poles expand and sag, but in winter they contract and become taut. But if this is not done, they may break on contraction in winter. So that's why they are hung loosely. Now, expansion can be a problem also in another scenario. That is, the railway tracks over which trains run are made of iron, and during summer the iron expands due to the heating of the sun. Expansion causes them to bend, and this can cause serious accidents like this. You can see in the picture, this iron, due to the expansion of this iron, there is bend in the track, and this may lead to the derailing of the railway rail or something like that, or it can cause serious accidents. So what's the solution for these type of expansions? So the solution is we have to introduce the expansion gap. Expansion gap, that is, you can see over here. So to allow this expansion, space has to be left between two sections of the rail tracks, and if this is not done, the expansion of the train tracks can cause them to bend, and this can cause serious accidents. Few more examples where expansion creates problems, something like that. When a very hot liquid is poured in a glass tumbler, you have seen this can be a very practical scenario. The tumbler sometimes cracks. This happens because the inner wall gets heated first and expands, but the outer wall remains unchanged, and this results into cracks in the glass. But nowadays special types of glasses are coming which expands very little when heated, are available, and due to their low expansion they don't crack even if very hot liquid is poured into them. Another example is in steel bridges, one end is made to rest on rollers with enough space provided for expansion during summer. In picture you can see, so here is the rollers are provided there so that the bridge can expand and space is provided for the expansion. So thank you for listening. I will be available in the next part with the next topic, that is called temperature. So this is all for heat.